from the other day, and I was kind of wondering, what would you do if you won $500 million? Like, how would you change? How would your life change? What would you purchase? Things like that. What the fetch would you do? Just curious. Love you. Hate the show.
What would I do? He wants. What would I do with $500 million? Oh, because we were talking about that guy who's like family wants to sue him.
Right.
You know. I mean, I'm kind of in the Mary camp. Of course, members of my family don't have debt, so
all their houses are paid off.
Yeah.
Every single member of your family completely owns their house.
Yes. I don't. I'm the outlier.
The bank does.
That's right.
Even your sister?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep, my sister and both my brothers. Yep, they do. What would I do? I'll tell you what I would do. I would, once I got done with all of the administrative rigmarole, Gwen and I would sit down and talk about all the places we visited that we like, and we'd buy property there. That would be fun.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Buy like a giant place in
home
Corsica
everywhere.
so anywhere you go. Now you've got to keep them, you've got to furnish them, and you've got to.
Yeah, but you can hire a company, like a management company,
Yeah.
property management, to either Airbnb. You don't even have to Airbnb it, but someone to come in and clean once a month if you're not there or whatever.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
I think that would be fun. Because $500 million, that's obviously a lot of money, right? $500 million, that's a lot of money. But it's not like Bezos money. It's not, you can't possibly run out of it money. So yeah, nothing crazy. I would be pretty boring if I won all that money. I'll tell you what I would do. I would buy this radio station.
And then what?
I would hire Pound Cake back.
And then fire him?
Just so you can fire him.
Just so I can actually fire him. Oh. You'd hire Pound Cake back. Okay.
Yeah.
You're buying WMMS from iHeartRadio.
Yes. Now, they would not sell a radio station. You'd end up having to buy the
cluster.
Buy the cluster. Yeah.
Do you think you would be able to get it for that much?
Oh, yeah. Can you get a cluster of radio stations for $500 million?
I don't know, man.
Yeah, it's not 1992 anymore. I mean, I'd probably buy MMS probably be like $10 million. And then, yeah, probably.
Would you give us health insurance?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
How about
you guys? Nobody else? Huh?
How about a livable salary?
Well, that's a sliding scale. Of course I would, but people have different ideas of what it costs to live. When people say a livable wage, like, we all know kind of what they're saying, but
$200,000 a year.
$200,000 a year.
Be comfortable. To be properly comfortable.
You mean, is that what I would pay Pound Cake? No, I would not pay Pound Cake $200,000 a year.
Would you pay me $200,000 a year?
I would not pay you $200,000 a year.
Why do you hate women and gay men?
I'm sorry. I go to the Harrison Butker School of Charm and Influence.
Would you pay me $200 million a year to be a stay-at-home mom?
$200 million a year.
Whose children?
We'll find some.
Yeah, you'd start a petition. Hey, I want to be a stay-at-home mom. I'm Bill Squire, and here's why I would. Alan, I used to date a Miss Berea, and the winner helps judge the ribs.
Ooh.
Hey. I also hate walking around with wet meat. That's why I don't go on the log rides at Cedar Point. I get it, because you're dripping. By the way, shout out to our brother in broadcasting, I mean that literally and figuratively, Wayne Dawson over there at Fox 8, who apparently recently had some very serious surgery. He's over there in the morning at Fox 8 with the eternally foxy Natalie Herbeck. And I guess he's been there for a long time. He's a fixture in local media. And I always think of people, I was like, it must be wild to have had your entire career in one market. For those of us in this business who've moved around a lot. This is a guy who went to Kent and was doing radio at Kent. And then he went over to Fox. It's like, oh, I'm just going to go work at my hometown television station. Back then you could do that, right? I mean, when I was, there's a lot of people here like that. Kid Leo, right? The famous Kid Leo.
Mike Polk?
who was here at MMS for a long time. This was the only radio station he ever worked for. So this is a guy who started at one of the biggest radio stations in the country. The 70s and 80s, those were different. That's when you had like 22-year-olds getting hired to do morning drive in major markets. But that would be wild. You're only in one market your whole career. And Wayne Dawson is one of those guys. You know, I'm in that group of local media people who aren't from here. Fox 8 likes to, their whole hook is like, everybody's from here. Not everybody is from here. They got plenty of people on the air over there who are not Cleveland natives.
But then they go, oh, they've been there so long now that they are Clevelanders.
Well,
Natalie
that's
Herrick's from Pittsburgh, right?
Yes, I believe so.
But she's been on the air there for 12, 13 years now.
Yeah, of course. So yeah, he underwent some surgery at the Cleveland Clinic. I don't know if there was a... He's famous for that skin flute clip, right?
Yes,
with Kenny Crumpton.
Great clip.
That was my introduction to him when I first came to town, and everybody all at once in this audience was trying to get me hip to all of like the local lore. And I didn't know anything about anything, and they were like, oh, yeah. Google, I go, I don't think I'm going to Google Kenny Crumpton skin flute. And they go, no, it's fine. It's okay. It's all right.
It's a banger.
But Wayne Dawson, boy, he is a snappy dresser. His repartee over there at Fox 8, which admittedly I only see when I'm taking my car in and I'm sitting there in the waiting room. But otherwise, you know, I guess he's been having, anytime you hear about brothers and sisters in broadcasting who are off the air, that's the number one rule in this business. Stay on the air. And I don't know when he's back. I've never met the man, but he does good work. And you've got to give credit where credit is due.
Did he say what the surgery was for, or just major?
Penis reduction.
Oh, wow.
He did. What I read, he did not say. I think he's playing it close to the vest. Alan, how nice of you to give squatters nice houses and good locations. What does that mean? Squatters?
Like if you're not going to be in all of those countries that you
Oh, I see.
in,
Oh, yeah.
That you're going to buy these mansions and just randos are going to go live in them.
Well, fortunately, not everybody has a bananas real estate laws like the United States does. You know, oh, I've stayed here for a week. It's my house now. You know, other countries, they'll like shoot you to get you out of their house. Ironic. So, yeah, whatevs. So that's my long-winded answer to your question. What would I do with $500 million? I would take care of some business, and I would
Set your kids up for life.
some major... No, I don't know that I would do that either.
Really?
I'm not in your camp, but I'm not in the set my kids up for... What good is that? I mean, I'm not like... I'm not, you get $0 from me.
I give my kids a healthy amount of money. I'd also buy WMMS, but I'd shake things up a bit.
How would you shake things up?
Well, Alan, you want to keep your job?
Oh, is that a theoretical question?
I'm asking right now.
I'm the boss now. So I own everything.
Mm-hmm.
So first of all, we're doing 2 hours to midnight. We're moving that to mornings.
Oh, cool. Okay, yeah. A 2-hour morning show. That'll go great. Yep.
Every weekday. So then we're moving Rover. We'll just do. He'll still have his show going on at the same time. He'll just punch in every now and then. Just be like, that was a good song. Bam, right back to it.
That was a good song. Yeah.
And then Stansberry will still be on middays.
So wait, you're keeping the same staff? Or you're just
I'm just
moving them?
things around. We're shaking
shaking
things up. We got to try things different.
Yeah, but that
nowadays.
usually means new talent. Why would you have existing talent in different day parts?
I'm just. Will
Hold
you
on,
listen
let
to
him
my?
finish.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Will you let me cook? All right. Stansberry is going to still be doing middays, but he's going to be doing it above a Shark Tank, and so there will always be more energy because he might possibly fall into the Shark Tank. So, and then the Shark Cam.
But wait, how would he possibly?
Because he's
Is it like
above the Shark.
But
like,
would he be?
Suspended.
Would he? I understand that, but would he be poorly suspended? Where is the fear of maybe falling into the shark tank?
Bill has a button.
Ah.
I mean, it's not a button. It's just things go wrong. You never know.
Mm-hmm.
It's a narrow platform. He's got to get on and off it. If he leans back too far, if the sharks start like circling and jumping up and nipping at him, like they, you never know what could happen. Sharks.
I see.
All right.
Yeah.
Big sharks too, real big.
Boy, this is mixing it up.
What about our show?
All right. First of all, we're relocating this show to New York, except Mary. Mary's got to come back here.
What the heck?
And it's going to be called Bill Squire Presents the Alan Cox Show, starring Bill Squire.
Hey, look at that. And Mary will be here in Cleveland, you say?
Alone.
Alone.
Yes.
Yeah. Boy, that is mixing it up. You've really got this all figured out.
And she can only, but she can't go back to her life where she sees her family and lives with Brian and stuff. The only time you get to see Brian is when you are.
Yeah, none of that sounds like it has anything to do with her professional life.
Or radio in general.
Right, in general,
You want the $200,000 a year or not?
I do. I do want $200,000.
All right, the only time you get to hang out with Brian is when you guys are both trying to load the dishwasher.
Oh, God. We'll break up in 25 minutes.
Yeah.
And then, I will bring back Pound Cake.
Yeah.
Do I get health insurance?
He will get health insurance, but
only on every other month.
Alan gets to approve all of his expenditures with that.
All of his surgeries.
And you can decide surgeries that he doesn't even want.
Mm-hmm.
Elective surgery.
Yes.
All right.
And then we will finally have a suite for Cavs and Guardians games all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
That would be
well. There's a lot to do there. There's a lot to consider.
Honestly, I'd keep everything pretty much the same, except we would have that suite.
Except Shark Tank, Mary in Cleveland. Yeah.
And while we're in New York.
Unbelievable.
Okay, I got a break here. If you want to get a text for something, 35192. You can leave messages on the iHeartRadio app. And if you want to watch live, you can do that at alancoxshow.com.
Rover's Morning Glory.
Jimmy Carter's grandson said yesterday that the former president is, quote, coming to the end. He's been in hospice for how long, and he looks pretty good.
No, he does not look good. I don't know what you're talking about. The guy looks like he's 1,000 years old. What do you mean he looks good?
1,000 years old. He's 99 years old.
She got to get laid. She thinks that guy looks good. I mean,
he's attractive.
Rover's Morning Glory.
Weekdays on 100.7 WMMS and 24/7 on our free iHeartRadio app.
Your afternoon drive is brought to you by the